Yo, what is up, guys? This is another position management video on how we're going to exit the market, capitalize the most gains that we can without giving back money and round tripping our gains. First off, I just want to start by saying the majority of the next videos are not really going to be any new trade ideas, but just position management on all of the amazing entries that we've secured. And if you missed out, don't worry, there's always other opportunities in the market. Don't get caught up in buying altcoins and just pulling money into random meme coins, and you'll ultimately end up losing. So now that that's out of the way, let's first start off on Bitcoin, which we always cover first, and just go over how it's been moving. And I actually did take a scalp trade on here, but all these scalps are kind of just fun trades. I risk about like 1/5 of my regular position size on these scalps. So from this range deviation that we were talking about on Bitcoin, it's up about 9%. Okay. And then for this scalp trade that I took today, let's just break it down real quick. Go in the 4 hour. What I was seeing was we had some nice legs up. We didn't take out all time highs. And then we ended up coming down below the weekly open. That's why I said to mark out your weekly opens in the last video, because it's a super key level. So we marked out the weekly open. We had a deviation below it. And then after the deviation, we had a very strong 4 hourly candle here. We closed above the weekly open, and then right then and there was my cue to go long. I ended up getting entry on a retest of the weekly open. It chopped for a little bit and then ultimately ended up moving higher. This is a 3 RR trade. I'm pretty sure it'll hit full take profit. I have my stop loss at break even. So that's just a little quick scalp. If you guys are interested in learning about just how I take my scalp trades, there's a perfect example. And then now let's go into our position management. So CRV, as you guys know, talked about so much. My two swing zones for CRV were the yearly open and also this key high right here, which ultimately was the bottom for CRV. If you go back on all my videos, I was really preaching that I was super interested in CRV longs. It was a super hard and tough ride, I'm not going to lie. Just it kept moving up, going down, moving up, going down, but we held through. Nothing got invalidated, and from these lows, CRV is now up about 20%. So boom, that's like 20% in a few weeks, which is absolutely unheard of gains. And then you pair that with risk and a little bit of leverage, like 2 or 3x, you're making some serious money there. Okay, so that's pretty much it for CRV. Solana, I know we're not positioned in any Solana for the trades that I'm taking, but I do hold spot Solana. So some zones to watch out for are 210, 220, then 2021 highs at 260, and then 300. So this value area high right here is really key for Solana. If we get weekly closes underneath that at about 186, I'm going to fully cut my Solana positions. I don't care if it runs back up. That's just how I'm going to trade it. And those are the set of rules that I set, and I'm going to follow them. So that's pretty much it for Solana management. Now let's go over to Ethereum. I spoke about this trade on Ethereum last time. I said if we get a weekly close above these two key highs, we're long to all-time highs, which was about 4,800-ish, and it was about a 2 RR trade. It's about to hit full take profit. So if you took that one, you're probably up pretty decent amount. And unfortunately, I didn't take this because I'm positioned in so many other coins, and I didn't really like the entry, but obviously it's still a great trade. Litecoin, we cooked on Litecoin. This is why I want to say, position management is super key, because a lot of people might have thought this was just a sweep right here with this bearish candle close, and then Litecoin fell about 10%, but if you go on the daily, it never actually closed that low. So if you would have closed your position around, let's just say here, you would have missed out on 10% gains at these current prices. So position management is just as important as entering. But in this phase of the market, I do think swing entries are toast. If you didn't get in, well, oh well. But yeah, just wait for another time, because there's always another time, and we're comfy in long. So everybody who watches the YouTube channel is definitely sauced up right now. Okay, SPX, it's kind of low-key taking a hit. It's showing some weakness. I don't really like it. I'm still in the position though, but I could definitely see something like this for SPX. Obviously, This is probably due to Ethereum pumping, that most of these ETH coins aren't getting insane rallies because of Ethereum, and a lot of liquidity is just in Ethereum because it's providing significant gains. But CRV is still up a decent amount. ETH altcoins are up a decent amount, but I would expect once ETH cools off and if the market is still holding up, then some of these coins will start to get bigger rallies to new highs. Syrup was another trade we took. It's currently below entry, but I do think this is still 100% valid, and also could be another trade opportunity here, or around like 0.42 was another zone that I was looking at for Syrup. But I eventually think this makes new highs this cycle. And yeah, Pendle is another coin I want to get exposure to. I know I said I'm not getting exposure to anything else, but this is the one coin that I think if you're not exposed to anything in the market and you want to have some sort of position, I would take it on Pendle. Any pullbacks into these zones here are super easy with invalidations, probably a weekly close underneath this low here, and then you're targeting anywhere from $9 to $11 in this zone for Pendle. The chart looks really good. They're doing some great things, and I think Pendle definitely has the potential to make new highs within maybe the next months. So that's pretty much it for position management. I keep my list short. As you can see, I'm not positioned in like every single coin on the list because it's easier to manage, and also you don't really need to be positioned in a bunch of coins to make money. You just need to be sized in correctly, risked correctly in a few coins, and you can still print absolutely insane gains this cycle. But also, don't just put all your eggs in one basket, like thinking this project is the best, I'm just going to go all in, because some things can happen where it could go not in your favor. So you want to diversify, but not too much. Just pick, I would say, 3 to 5 if you're just starting out. But that's it for our position management. Nothing else to really go over. The one thing that I was looking at was potentially some gold longs. I'm not interested in the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ right now. There's just too many better things to be trading. But if you want to trail me on a gold long, here's the long that I'm in. It's about 2.5 RR. You can definitely still get in now, and you'll be like 2 RR trade, which is still very nice. And I will definitely manage this position and update you guys. Also, if you haven't seen, now I do have a Discord. There's a free version and a paid version. You can go into the free version as well, and I'm still really helping people in there. It's just a better way to share my live updates and position management. I wouldn't even call it signals because I think that's a lot of BS, but it's just a place to talk to faster, to get my trades out faster, and also I'm very active on there. So if you want to join that, the link's in the description. But obviously, if you don't want to, you can just follow along with my YouTube videos because I will update them pretty much weekly. And yeah, that's it. We're absolutely cooking. I think just wait if you're not positioned in the market. Don't fall for all these scams and just ape a bunch of meme coins and altcoins that haven't moved just because you think it's going to go up. That's not how it works. Select alts are cooking, and we got in some nice swing entries. So I'll update you guys in the next video, or if there's a significant drop or pump in the market, I'll get a video out as soon as possible, and have a good day.